Is China's Belt and Road Initiative a threat to America? Welcome back to Radically Rational Radio. In this episode, we are going to talk about China's recent expansion. In today's episode, we are going to talk about China's Belt and Road Initiative. You probably already know that they have completely taken over Africa, and they are now moving to South America. Let's jump into it.
Military commander in Latin America now sounding the alarm on China's growing influence in the region, saying we need to act now. Fox News' Jennifer Griffin. This is quite a stunning report that Jennifer has. She's live at the Pentagon with the story. Jennifer.
Liz, General Laura Richardson, the head of U.S. Southern Command, says of the 31 countries she's responsible for in Latin America, 21 have now signed up for China's Belt and Road Initiative, buying up deep-sea ports, rare earth minerals, and a new Chinese military-run space station in Argentina that China could use to blind the U.S. in a future conflict. Then there's the Panama Canal, through which half the shipping containers from Asia pass each year to get to the east coast of the United States. The Chinese are gobbling up real estate on either end of the canal, 47 bilateral agreements since 2017. The U.S. has not had an ambassador assigned to Panama for 5 years. 50 U.S. ambassadors are still waiting to be confirmed by the Senate.
Chile, 3 years without an ambassador. Brazil, 3 years without an ambassador. When countries see that we don't have our senior diplomat there, it shows that we're not serious. That's the message that it sends. And then they don't really do anything of substance with the United States when we don't have our senior diplomat there.
80% of Mexico's telecommunications are now controlled by China. Chinese companies now have a monopoly in the lithium triangle, according to General Richardson. Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile, where two-thirds of the world's lithium reserves needed for electric batteries are mined.
Today, 200 years after, we are at a point in which the U.S. has the lowest level of influence in the region as compared to the past 200 years.
And recently, Honduras and oil-rich Guyana shocked the U.S. by agreeing to renounce ties with Taiwan under pressure from Beijing. Liz?
Incredible journalism. Jennifer Griffin, that was quite a story.
For over 5 years, we've had no embassy presence in South America. At the same time, on the global stage, we've sent trillions of dollars to European nations and wars in the Middle East. Over that same time, China has gained the ability to manufacture at such a small cost that they could take any third world country and make it feel like America in less than a generation. China, for over the past 15 years, has been actively building their global control of the world, not through colonization, through building infrastructure and debt. Look at the ports in Africa that are Belt and Road Initiative. It is completely covered. And if we want to get a larger view, let's look at the world map. The blue are the Belt and Road Initiative areas. Dark gray is the non-Belt and Road Initiatives. This is dangerous, especially when you think that Brazil is part of BRICS. I think they're staying separate so it doesn't seem so obvious. But if you look at the Panama Canal, that is a Belt and Road Initiative. We have not been there for a very long time. The amount of things that leave China, head east, and then go through the Panama Canal, the amount of influence the Panama Canal has over global trade cannot be undermeasured. For my entire generation, America has actively been bombing brown people, pushing the narrative that America was the worst slave-owning country for Africa in all of history, while China has manufactured all the goods that the world could possibly need and has built infrastructure in Africa. And now they're moving to South America. You don't have to ask yourself, are we losing influence on the global stage? It is only hubris that would allow you to be blindsided by what's currently happening. We stand here on our moral high ground, claiming we're helping Ukraine, defending from Russia, while NATO manipulates our foreign policy more than anything else. In here we have China building true international relationships with both Africa and South America. America is about to become France. We had an abundance of resources, an abundance of capital, and an abundance of influence. And then we let our government spend past all of that, put us into deep, deep debt, and it is only a matter of time before the world agrees that the yuan is a better currency than the US dollar. When we look at maps like this, and we see this many countries on board with the Belt and Road Initiative, just ask yourself one question. What is America doing on the world stage to look good, other than being the world police? And if we haven't noticed, people really don't like to be policed. It feels like authoritarianism. And it's not even safe to invest in Chinese companies as a way to hedge your bets. The World Economic Forum is right. The world will be different in 2030. I'm not sure who the winners or losers are going to be. We just know by 2030, everyone's going to have to show their hand, and we're going to find out. I hope you learned something. This is Tristan with Radically Rational Radio. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay resilient.